Hi there, this is Abhishek, and in this video I will talk about how you can create a new Google spreadsheet directly from your R Studio or the R interface. So if you remember, in my previous videos I have talked about how you can create a connection with the Google Drive specifically for Google Spreadsheets, and then how you can register already created Google spreadsheet and get the data of that spreadsheet here in the R interface and within the R object, which is data frame. So in this video I'm moving ahead and talking about how you can create a spreadsheet from the R object. So suppose we have a R object here in this R interface is iris. So if I, let's say, take a head of iris, this is a very familiar data set of iris containing the information about flowers and about their different properties. So idea is that we want to create a Google spreadsheet containing the data set of iris. Right. So for that, first of all, we need to import the library, which is Google Sheets. So once we do that, we need to create a connection with js_auth. If I do that, it checks, it's auto refreshing the stale authentication token, and once it's done that, we are good to go ahead for creation of new Google spreadsheet. Alright, so the command to create a new Google spreadsheet is js_new. So if you want to know more about it, you can write question mark, say js_new, and here it comes here, create a new spreadsheet, js_new, what title you want to give, worksheet title, row extent, column extent, that means number of columns, number of rows. You want to get any messages when the R is creating the new spreadsheet there in the Google Drive. So true, you will get the message. False, you will not get the message. Alright, so let's create a Google spreadsheet, js_new, and the name of the spreadsheets, let's call it iris, and we'll create a worksheet title as let's say iris again, and input that we want to give is the iris dataset. So that is the main command input, which needs to be specified with the R object with which you want to create the Google spreadsheet. So here in this case, in the help, it has not been specified, but it's important and it's the one you need to specify to create a Google spreadsheet for the data. So iris, as you can see, is not surrounded by double quotes. That means it is an R object. But here in this case, this is the work spreadsheet title, this is the worksheet title, and this is the R object from which you want to create a new Google spreadsheet. So once you hit the enter, it is doing some processing, as you can see the sign over here, and it is giving us the message sheet iris created in Google Drive and couple of other messages like worksheet sheet 1 renamed to iris, range affected by the update R1C1 to R151C5. So all this different information. If you don't want to get this information, then you need to say verbose is equals to false, this particular parameter. So now let's go into the Google spreadsheet, the Google Drive, and see this. So this is my Google Drive, and this is the iris dataset that I've just created. So right now 1:52 p.m. is the right now time is over here, and that is what the time it is mentioning. So that's one way of creating it. Apart from this, what you can do is you can save this, or you can register this sheet by signing to an R object, like we did earlier with the help of js_title or js_key functions. So for example, js_iris, and so we assign this entire sheet to js_iris object. So idea is that you are creating a new sheet, but altogether you are creating a js_iris sheet object here in the R also. So once we do that, again it creates the sheet, and you will see in the Google Drive that it will not overwrite or create a duplicate, but it will create altogether a new sheet. So if I go there, you can see earlier we created iris, now it's iris at 154. So that's how it creates it. And now we have the gs_iris sheet object. If I write gs_iris, it contains the sheet name, who created this, when created, all the metadata related to it. Alright, so that's the first thing I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about is, let's say we want to add another sheet. Let's say we have the empty cards data set. So if I say add empty cards, and we want to include this data set there in this iris sheet. Maybe that's my requirement. So for that, the command that we have is gs_ws_new. So if you want to know more, just put a question mark before it, and it shows you gs_ add a new worksheet within a spreadsheet. So what it takes is ss. Ss is nothing but the registered sheet. Here in this case, we had already taken it gs_is. So that is the reason I created this object in the R, so that we can go ahead with the example of creating a new worksheet. So gs_iris is the SS or spreadsheet that we registered. Name of the title, again we need to provide. After worksheet title, we need to provide input. So let's go ahead and put it in action. gs_ws, we remove the question mark. And alright, so first thing is the registered sheet, which is gs_iris, and the next thing is the sheet title. Let's call it empty cards, and let's give it as input is equals to empty cards. So nothing we have given extra. If you see the previous command, again input parameter, name of the sheet, registered sheet gs_iris, where this iris sheet is created, and then name of the new worksheet like it mentioned over here, and then from which data set we want to give the data to this new sheet. Now the next parameter I want to call is verbose, and I want to make it false. I don't want to see all these different messages which are coming. So once I hit enter, it is doing processing, and as you can see, it is not showing messaging, but it may show one or two messages at the end. So let's see. So alright, perfectly fine. It has not shown anything because we have made a verbose false. Earlier when I was testing it, it showed me a warning message at the end, and specifically in the case of gs_new, because I created a couple of same sheets, and it just gave me the warning that now since you have created all these different sheets with the same name, then you need to call it by key but not by the name, because name may be misleading. So that was a proper warning, and something is really required for a new user. Alright, so and create see the iris dataset, and here in this iris dataset we have now the empty cards, as you can see. So empty cards is created with the help of the gs_ws_new command. So the next thing after creating a worksheet is to let's say we want to create altogether a copy of our worksheet, which is iris. So for that we have the command gs_copy. So once we say gs_copy, we need to provide the from sheet, the sheet which is already existing. So here in this case gs_iris, the object in which we have stored the iris sheet, and the name of the new sheet. So let's say we want to call gs_iris_updated. So you notice that I have surrounded this this name with the strings, double quotes. So that means it is a string. So that means we are giving a name to the new worksheet. So once I hit enter, it is doing the processing in the backend, and we will see in the Google Drive we should have the iris_updated worksheet. So let's go to Google Drive. Let's go here in my Google Drive, and now I have it here, iris_updated. Alright, so far so good. Now let's go back and do another operation. Let's say we want to rename this iris underscore updated sheet with some new name that is more meaningful to our business, or maybe this iris sheet with the suffix which is underscore old, because now it is old and this is updated, which makes more sense. So here in this case, and another reason is that it is already registered. If I want to change anything here in the iris underscore updated, I need to again register the sheet. So I'm trying to just avoid that. So gs underscore iris we will use. So gs underscore rename. So first thing is SS, that means spreadsheet, that is registered. gs underscore iris, and then the name iris underscore old. So I hit enter. So it says sheet rename to iris underscore old, and we can always check it. Alright, that's here we have it. Now let's go back and see the last thing that I want to show you, which is nothing but deleting a sheet. So gs underscore delete. As you can assume, very simple operation, just provide the name of the registered sheet. So here in this case, gs underscore iris, and we are good. So it is moved to trash. So now gs underscore iris, which was earlier renamed to iris underscore old, should have gone into the trash, and we don't see it. So we are all good. Alright, these are a few of the things I wanted to discuss in this video, and I'll meet you in the new video with some new information.